Hello, folks, and thank you for tuning in to the first episode of the Blackpool Pubcast. I'm David, and I'll be your host not only for this episode but for the entire show. In this episode, I will explain a bit about myself and why I'm making this podcast. The Blackpool Pubcast is my way of giving something back to Blackpool. You may gather from my accent I am not originally from Blackpool. I am in fact Scottish. I have lived in Blackpool for the last 7 years. Prior to that, I visited on a regular basis. I love Blackpool and I always have, hence why I moved here. It saddens me to hear people constantly talking shit about the town which I now call home. I see it all the time in social media, comments about how much of a shithole Blackpool is, how it is full of junkies, beggars and shoplifters. I frequently hear people ridiculing Blackpool because of the stag and hen reputation and the drinking culture. They can't see the good things because they're too busy focusing on the bad. I tend to find that visitors who have a problem with Blackpool base it on a bad experience. They stayed here once and didn't like the hotel they used, or a member of staff in a venue was rude to them, and it taints their view of the whole town. If this has happened to you, please try visiting again. Try different venues, stay in different hotels, or eat in different restaurants, but don't give up on Blackpool because you had a bad experience years ago. Sure, Blackpool has its share of problems, but it's not as bad as people seem to think it is. I find it so frustrating. Blackpool does have a large number of drinking establishments, but it does not make it a bad place. It gives people a great choice of things to do on a night out. That is what makes Blackpool the tourist hotspot it is. After all, a town cannot be bad. It is simply a town, a chunk of land, buildings and nature. What can be bad is people. In the case of Blackpool, the bad people are very much the minority. As I said earlier, I moved here 7 years ago. The vast majority of interactions I've had have been very positive. The town is full of amazing people who mostly like to have a bit of a chat. Most of the people working in businesses here are so friendly and helpful. Of course, people sometimes have bad days, and you might have encountered someone who wasn't at their best. It happens to us all. Look past that and try to see the good that exists here. Now, I absolutely love going for a night out in Blackpool. I'll be honest, I have limited experience of the venues available to me. This is something I hope to broaden in the course of doing this podcast. I plan to share details of the places I visit, the entertainment I am aware of, food venues, hotels, and whatever else I find out about to help you and other people find stuff to do here. I am always on the lookout for different places to visit. If you own a venue, whether it is a pub, hotel with public bar, cafe, restaurant, or other type of entertainment venue for me to check out, please get in touch. Send an email to david@blackpoolpubcast.co.uk with details. If you have a favourite venue or have had an amazing time somewhere and you'd like to share it with my listeners, again, send details. My aim is to help people see what I see in Blackpool, to highlight the good so people might stop focusing on the bad. By doing so, I hope to help out the venues which I love and to find new places to try. And that is all for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you appreciate what I'm trying to do here, please click the follow button and share with your friends. If you can and want to help out financially, you can make a donation through the Buy Me a Coffee page at buymeacoffee.com/Blackpool Pubcast, and I will gladly shout out any donors on the next episode. All donations, no matter how large or small, are very gratefully received and help me to continue bringing this podcast to you. Until next time, thank you for listening and have fun.